Check. What's going on, good traders out there? Just want to put a quick video out on a trade recap, something I want to start doing, especially for this new XFA or pro account that I have with Take Profit Trader. I passed, what was it, yesterday? No, the last night. The volume that came in, not last night, but the night before. So basically June 23 leading into 24. And yeah, I just decided to take yesterday off, and today it was activated. So I was thinking about taking a break, but I said, you know what? Let's continue to trade the system and see what happens. And just decided to do this trade recap. So let's get right into it, right? It's really tough to draw levels out in this market for a number of reasons. We're back into all-time high territory, which makes it damn near impossible to figure out where to put your supply and demand. But a real-time supply and demand came in. So let's get into the charts. So really quickly, the market had a demand down here. Market had a demand down here, and it had a pretty interesting rally, right? Like we saw the demand from previous, like it came in before 6 o'clock, and then the flip happened. So the flip is super trend flip, and then I coded targets along the way if this up move or bullish move continues. Now, if you see this happening and you're bullish based on other conditions that we've talked about in the past, your job is to get in at wedges with a stop down here, wedges with a stop down there, and to try to just take as much as you can out of the market on the way up. Now, the tricky part is, do you go in heavy so you can hit multiple targets? There's a total of 15 targets here, and we ripped through all 15 of them. So if you missed it before, don't worry, just get in on a wedge, target something, boom, exit, okay, boom, add, exit, add, exit, add, no stops, right? And that's kind of the play, right? So in the morning, this is the morning candle, 9:30, boom, I missed this entry, right? Because we had an entry right here, really close to the stop. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to get into the morning volume with my new pro account, but missed that move up. So now let's take a look at a few things. The 2-minute creates a supply line. I say, all right, cool. Blue candles means unusual selling pressure. So I'm like, all right, we're going to get the pullback that I want. And I wanted a pullback. So I'll put an entry on where my entry is. My entry was right around here on this candle, this gray one. I should have gotten out at 30, and I'll show you why. So 30 should have been the exit, but I did not take that, and this became a losing trade. I added down here or somewhere right down here and never took it out. Again, making it almost up to 30. We rejected 20s, and then I got stopped out because my stop was below this previous buying candle. So let's take a quick look at that scenario over here. So first trade of the day. What happened? What happened to you, right? My son would say. That's a pretty nice flush there. This pullback was an entry signal. So here we are, opening candle, big red line up there, and then we had that pullback. So add, I added one more there, and that candle took me out, right? No big deal. We had opportunities to get out green here, green there. Another add, I'm thinking this is the final stop, right? Stop right below that, boom, got stopped out. And then I flipped short, okay? Just want you to kind of see that. And you're gonna see I flipped short because this occurred. They flipped the super trend. So I added, I was supposed to add, my add was right here, they missed me, and then the down move came. So this is something I want you to pay attention to, like right over here, and this up move is your add area. With this wasn't there at the time, that was at a different level, and that's why I don't really put like lines on my chart, like, you know, trend lines, because you just never know, right? But my indicator and my algo is kind of getting me either to decent green or bad green, right? So you see the ads here, right? The blue is the ad, the orange is your stop. The orange is the ad, orange is the ad, orange is the ad, full exit down here, okay? So I took about 50 points out of the market because I was adding at 84, 86. Last ad was at 513. My average was somewhere around here based on that last ad. So 490, so more like 40 points out of the market, right? I wanted a 47 exit somewhere right here, and you'll see why. Okay, so we see the chart, right? We see the chart. Let's go into the P&L really quickly. I don't know if you guys can see, you can't see right here that whether it's a pro account or not, but here we go. Demo Take Profit Pro. That's the account up there. We're up 139 on the day. We run the P&L. That's the story. We took our first L. We're going to keep our losses here and our gains there or better. Okay, that's how we're going to just try our best to make money in this account, and it's doable. I've done it in the combine, and as long as your winners are above your losers, your account will grow. So we made 305 on that down move, and we lost 162. So we were down 162. I didn't let that phase me. I took another trade in the direction that I was supposed to take a trade. And you know, the one thing I did right was take profit, guys. I took profit at the targets on the second trade. I fumbled that bag on the first trade because it was like $90, and I'm like, maybe we can go up some more to supply. Okay, so no major trading. $4 in commission. Expectancy is $17 right now. We're 50% on this trading combine day one, and we only took 2 trades. And I'm gonna wrap this one up, and not necessarily take another trade on a day. Although I do see room for shorts to play out up until a certain level. As you can see, I'm in my losing trades for 17 minutes and my winning trades for 55 minutes. That's another good thing when you're in your winners. You know, let it kind of play out. But again, we didn't know that was a winner until a certain point, right? And I don't want to pretend to tell you that, you know, I knew we were going to win on this trade. That would be BS. I didn't know we were going to win on this trade. All I knew to do was flip sides and add at key levels. So now that we see the entries and exits, know that it's a pro account, know that we're kind of trading it. Let's go back into the chart and just talk about, you know, the trade setups really quickly. Okay, so here we are, right? And I'll zoom in a little bit. So we got stop out right here, right? Entry and entry should have taken it out. Didn't entry. Then I think an entry was right here, and then this candle stopped me out, right? So we got our stop. Right? I'm not gonna change the candle color, but that was that place set up right there. So then, boom, flip the chart. I get in immediately. Took another entry somewhere here. Got filled up here, and I was supposed to get filled here, but didn't. And then we took full contracts out at like around 52. Okay. So that was that short setup. Just 1, 2, 3, I think 2, 4 contracts. 2 here, 1 there, 1 there. Now, you see when I got in here, I had targets right here on a 2-minute. I didn't want those targets, right? It was too small for me. So I was viewing a 5-minute chart, and I wanted 30, right? I told myself, take 30. We got the move to 30. Why not exit? No, call me greedy. Then we got this one, and we got another pop up, right? Or maybe even here to 21. I can get both contracts out for profit at like $60. This was like $90-something. Didn't take it. Got in here and boom, we got out. So now we flipped the shorts, right? On the 5-minute and everything, right? So my stop wasn't way up there at 86, 586. My stop was here, this 2-minute stop, 45. I have a small account. I'm not going to give it a 5-minute stop. And it is what it is, right? We just have to take it for what it gives us. So that's that. Market hits the top of the Bollinger Band, and this is why I wanted this ad. Now, you know, my ad signals are these red wedges, this orange wedge, right, for shorts, orange wedge, and you know, you just got to get in there, even if you don't get the top right, that's okay. And then boom, right, we hit this target, and I took everything out because I actually exited the wrong way, and I was nervous because we got close, popped, dropped, popped. The next drop, I got the hell up out of there, and you know, we ended up hitting target. This is another entry, big flush down, almost hit target two. This is another entry. Where do you put your stop? You can either put it above this supply or that supply, or sorry, this wedge, previous swing high, or the trail of the trend line. Now, if I kept all four positions and I wanted to ride this down, notice what happens now. Just letting the market play out. I don't pretend to know what's going to happen. Look, this is a demand line. Did the longs pay out? Yes. But in this condition that I could like go into, I am more prone to go short because the 15 minute also flipped what we got in around here, right? So we were in trouble if this and the 15 minute hit a target. But the 50, I can show you on a 5 minute. So this broken staircase line is my barometer for when I'm gonna flip short. So once we broke it with that flip, I was like, all right, let's do it. So break above, break below, I'm not worried about chop. I'm thinking the bears will take control at some point because the bulls couldn't hold it and continue to bounce. It's a very good bounce line. So the flip happens, and now I'm a little bit more confident in the trade. And if you ever draw a trend line, sort of like this one here, once we broke below that trend line, right, I don't care how you draw it. I notice I didn't even try to draw it perfectly. You kind of know that, yo, boom, bounce, boom, bounce. Do you get out? I don't know. That's up to you, man. If you have your stop at this previous swing high or this previous swing high, you don't get out. If you have your stop up there, you don't get out. And then you get the move that you want into your target. And that's why I put these targets, because I don't want to be greedy and take this all the way down here. And it may very well go down to this target, right? This is the demand area. This is the demand area. Boom, boom, ran up. Supply came in up here and up here on the 15 minute. And now we're getting the move down. I told you guys that was the entry. You should wait till you hit target down here. And that's how I enter. So in real time, you don't have to, like, this is not a lagging indicator. The super trend flip, you don't know what's going to happen, but you want to start loading into your positions here and just go for targets. And that's as simple as it gets for me and using the Spark system, the Spark and Trade system. So you enter at these red wedges, hit target, enter at red wedges, hit target, enter, hit target, hit target, enter, and just wait. If not, stop out fully over here. And, you know, because if you don't, now you're in hopium. I hope we get a super trend to the downside again, if that's your rule, right? And that's our rule, so that we can extract money on the way down to these targets. I won't chew your ears off too much about this. You saw the trades were only up about 130, 140 on a day. You see the entries, they were pretty solid, but you know, I could have probably executed the longs a little bit better. That's gonna be something I journal, like take your targets, because then we would have been up that trade, probably gotten back in, probably gotten some more. And then on the shorts, I would have probably been in drawdown, losing a lot of what I made, but then it would have worked out. And, you know, that's the experience that I think, even if this trade would have taken back everything on the longs that I would have executed correctly, it's okay, because you gotta follow the system. I follow this system, and during the pro account, sorry, the, what you call it, see if I could, so I followed the system during the trading combine, and just to show you the results of this, right? It ended up being this. Okay, so you can't really see it in its totality, but let me see. Virtual cam studio mode. Okay, there we go. That'll show you it a little bit better. So that's me, basically. That's me basically sharing the stats, right, with my fellow coworkers, and showing that the results were pretty nice, right? We had winning days, winning days, winning days, winning days, winning. Right, so we have a lot of winning days. We're not going crazy making thousands of dollars, but the average was between 300 to 700 or something like that. And we had a 70% win rate with a 2.9 profit factor. And you saw that today we lost 160 but made 300. Winning days were 9. Looks like we had 8 trades with a current streak. 9 winning days, no losses. 2 trades were my losing streaks. 8 trades were my winning streaks. So we win more than we lose, and we didn't really have too much drawdown. Now, I think this stat is a little bit tricky, but we won't get into that. The Zell score looks pretty good. It was like 78 by the end of that trading combine, but consistency is there. The win percentage is there. The max drawdown was there. Recovery factor, we did that really well. The average win, it's something we could probably work on. But 2 to 1, right? Like I'm not going for 10 to 1, which is probably what would stretch this out to more. The profit factor is pretty good, right? 2.9. Anything above a 1 is amazing. And when we go to the calendar or the chart, this is what we're looking at, right? So 360, right? You have your 100s, your 300s, 180, 57, 300, 408, and then we passed. But on average, 4 trading days, taking 1 day off a week, we made about 1,000, and then we passed here, so we didn't need to trade. So the 25th is the first day we're trading the pro account. I wanted to keep this video short, so I'll leave on that note. Just wanted to show you the results of the trading combine that led to this pro account. And we'll see what happens later as we continue to trade the process. So as usual, guys, I'll end it there. I hope you got some sort of value from this video. If you're interested in the Spark algo, Spark and Trade algo, shoot me a message. I plan on, marketing this thing now that I'm getting to the point where all the rules are in place, right? If you've been trading with me for a while, I trade the same thing, supply, demand. So this supply, when this flip happened, I liked it. The entries are your wedges, top of the Bollinger Band, or a new supply line, right? A break, hold of that demand turn supply could have been a good trade, but we'll enter based off of the wedges, right? The rules are set. We have entry signals. We have reasons to go with the market, with the trend. And now we have areas to take profit at, so we don't have to hold trades. And trust me, we were hitting crazy targets when I would go for these standard deviation targets. Okay, so an entry up here, I'd be like, all right, I'm targeting this 460s. Now I'm targeting 419s, and maybe we'll hit them. But there were some serious levels that the market was hitting and holding that we could have, kind of extracted money out of. So it allows us to take more size and just peel off. Okay. So yeah, please like, subscribe, and share. Shoot me a message. Let's start the conversation. Tell me about your edge. What do you use? But please remember, I think CEST is something that I forget my boy uses. I learned this method of creating an edge from his YouTube channel. Conditions, entries, stops, and take profits. You have all of those things well planned out. No one should be confused about your edge. You don't need to use big words. These are the conditions, right? Super trend is telling me to go short. The entries, red wedges, top of the Bollinger Band, orange wedges, supply line. Your stop, super trend line, previous swing high. And your take profits, boom, boom, boom. All of these levels. And that's it. Anybody that cannot define their edge to this point, I think it confuses the trader even further. Now you don't have to follow. If this is an edge that you just can't gel with, that is fine. But if a person cannot define their edge to that simple, simplistic kind of condition, be wary of learning from them. Right? A person that uses fancy words and try to sound like they've been doing this shit for years, and you don't see millions on, even if they made millions. I mean, we all make mistakes, but yeah, I'm not a fan of people or traders that cannot teach or show their edge in a way that's, simple, layman's term for other traders. So with that being said, guys, please hit the bell, subscribe, like, and share, comment. Let's start talking about, your edge and what you look for. I enjoy those type of conversations. If you need any help or have any questions about this edge, or would like to kind of use this, please reach out. Until then, peace.